many have tuned in to the sense of wanting to have more security in life, which is understandable. One of the things that I remember hearing from a teacher a long time ago is that in life there is no security, there is only opportunities. And so Bitcoin, though it's where the world is moving forward to go, it's not sustainable in terms of its long term because these are technological instruments which have no physical value, though they have an emergency if you can transform that. However, the value goes beyond touch. So, in essence, what is the soul? The soul is the manifestation of gold. The soul is the light that shines like the sun. The soul is within. So, I mean, when we talk about currency and money and frequency, we have to think about the way we exchange money because money is exchanged in a way that vibrates to what you like. So what you like, you attract naturally, of course. Now, when we think of like gold, gold is the source of light and the source of enlightenment because it's what the soul is always aiming to walk towards. And so this is the instrument that we should seek to literally communicate with. I've come together with my group to create this Orgonite limited pendant, which is made with gold. And what you find is also got violets. Now, because gold is associated with the mind, it's important to connect with it as a form of exchange. So everything is frequency. And my belief is that if you're going to have any sustainable cryptocurrency or crypto money or crypto any kind of substance in that way, then convert it into gold or convert it into some kind of gemstones. So this Orgonite is limited, and if you've come across my Orgone Scalar Pendant, which is it comes with a card, but it's got copper around it, and it's all got amethyst and tourmaline, shungite, and various other stones at the back, then you would probably resonate with this one. You see. So now I just want to talk about this because the context of why value and frequency is more important. So, you know, converting your finances to gold literally holds a merit which connects you with the divine, you know, because gold is a symbolic representation. Remember that symbols form reality. Symbols communicate 1,000 words because symbols are pictures. Now, this is how ancient people used to communicate, from the Mayans, the Olmecs, the Egyptians, from Mesopotamia, and various different cultures communicated with symbols. So symbols are so powerful. So the symbol of the sun is a circle and a point. It's to bring you back to your center. So I wanted to read something actually before I go into this Orgonite pendant, which protects you from radiation, by the way. And because of the age that we're in, it's highly important to protect yourself in some ways, to raise your vibration and connect to the highest force within inside of you. So let me read this passage that came to me from Manly Pihu, and then something channeled to me from listening to this passage that he said. So what did he say? Wisdom brings knowledge to those who have hoped, and brings perfect understanding to those who have lived in a certain optimism, but not certain as to which is to come. And then as soon as he said that, I channeled this, that the secret to life is death and the test is life. So in this context, what it's saying is that we are born here and we don't know where we come from, but we are always searching for something. And in that searching, we lose touch of what we're searching for. And so we chase money, we chase different types of things, but then we forget the soul. And so that came to me, and I felt, All right, so the essence is the soul. So how do we get closer to the soul? By connecting to the most actual thing that represents what the soul is. And obviously this is probably one of the reasons why we trade with money, but we don't trade with the physical, truest, genuine source of money, which is gold, because it's the reminder. Remember that the alchemy of the seven precious metals are from lead to gold. So lead leads you to gold. Lead is the most formal substance which brings physicality, matter. Gold is the highest because gold actually resonates to the frequency of the mind. So this Orgonite pendant now is made with gold leaf. Now gold in terms of 24 karat gold is probably one of the highest formulations of the substance. Now gold has the potential to heal the body, to remove negative thoughts, as well as negative aspects, and kings would wear gold to protect themselves from negative people because of that reverence, that connection with being able to advise the world. The soul needs to be very strong because of the negative influences that it receives. So with this Orgonite pendant, obviously Orgonite protects you from radiation and helps to reduce the emission of 5G, 4G, and all types of frequencies. Now, what you will find is that the gold will help to amplify the vibration of the Shungite powder. Okay, the Shungite powder is substance which naturally brings you back to the molecular structure of the planet. Now, Shungite is from Russia. Russia is a very powerful place in the world because Russia, obviously has this meteorite which landed there. And what you will find is in that area of the world where Russia, Romania, and all of these various countries around Europe, you will find there's an ancient civilization that took place around there. Now, for those who may not be aware of this, we have to look into the Sphinx, which are in Romania. And they actually had been in touch with some ways with the connection of Egypt. So there's a race that was in that area or that continent which had this connection to perhaps, for those who have watched Ancient Aliens, there would be some kind of interconnection with that, with some kind of technology. So it's not by accident that we can say that Shungite has been deposited in Russia, in that location of Europe, So, not to get confused, because all over the world there are magical places and magical things, but certain substances are in certain places to generate a frequency for the importance of humanity. So with the Shungite now being in this Orgonite pendant, it's obviously going to create an amplification to the gold, and the gold being itself being the highest resonance or conductor in terms of electrical current will interact with the copper, and thus the copper has also a conductivity, perhaps not as thin in terms of its substance than gold. Gold in itself is is the only metal that you can stretch to its highest form or minute it to its lowest frequency and still be able to generate a high conductivity of electricity. So mixing that with gold, you're actually tapping in and literally pulling that frequency to its highest potential. So in so many words, when you have those substances in place, you'll find that it will generate such a frequency. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to add in relationship to this necklace pendant, which I'm limitedly bringing out at the moment. And I want to talk about the symbol. And I wanted to also give you the connection with the color that's in it. Now, colors are frequencies. And when we're dealing with protection from whether it's EMF or negative people or frequencies, we have to work with the highest form of substance in terms of color. Color comes from the word kala, and kala are the light sequences or frequencies that are stimulated from the 7 rays of light, you see. So these colors, or the violet color, helps to tune out the negative frequency. Now, the violet in this has tachyon, and the tachyon frequency is strongly resonating with the frequency of ultraviolet light. Now, this form of ultraviolet light helps to shift the paradigm of thinking, and thus it creates a protection which helps to send back the frequency of a negative thought pattern that may be projected by another person. Now, one thing that I want to stress out is that we attract thoughts all the time based upon what we reflect on a continuous daily basis. So on a continuous moment to moment, we're constantly absorbing some kind of information, whether it's on television, outside, around people, whoever you hang around with, you're always going to be absorbing some kind of frequency. And what you want to do is be able to resonate at such frequency that those thoughts which are projected from others cannot intricately affect your biomakeup. And so the metal in here is a purple-like conductor mixed with gold, shungite, tourmaline powder, and various other metals. Now, the powder is actually shungite, and what we've done, we've added elite shungite without adding too much because of the connection with the body. The body sometimes cannot take too much frequency, but it needs to absorb enough light. Now, when you're working with something like this, what you will find is that when you wear it, when there is high dose of radiation, it will reduce the frequency of the radiation to such a state, and it will help to raise your vibration. On the other hand, when you wear it, when you're fasting or undertaking some kind of spiritual practice, it will raise your frequency to a next state. Therefore means you'll be absorbing more light or more light code into your system, thus allowing your cells to function to their highest potential by giving that frequency, which may, in the end, whether it's an orgonite, a tachyon pendant, a scalar pendant. By the way, this is a scalar orgonite pendant, so it has scalar wave of the scalar pendant mixed with shungite and whatnot. So when you think about it, when you are working with these kind of technologies, as well as crystals or gemstones, what they will do, they will raise your vibration. That may also be able for you to tap into old memory templates from previous lives. So you have to remember that your blood is the force which brings you here and gives life to you as a liquid form, transmutator cells which generate oxygen from this light code, which allows you to tap into ancient memories. And those ancient memories are stored in the cells which are generated from the blood vessels. And so this allows you to transcend time by absorbing the right light that you may withhold with things like these. You know, I'm not saying this is the only thing, but the connection with this and the symbol, which now is a Metatron symbol, is a symbol which takes you back to the tree of life, or the Kabbalistic tree, which is the truest form of what the chakras actually represent. The 7 light vehicles are stimulated from the tree of life, which has the 12 planets. You know, each universe is condensed in 12 planetary forces. So within itself, this Metatron has 7 circles or spheres of light, which are the chakras, but they are embedded within them the tree of life, which actually is where the heart chakra is at the center. So when you wear something at the heart chakra, within itself, being that it's the Metatron or Merkaba light vehicle, it will permeate the body with a frequency beyond and allow light to formulate within the sacred geometry, because sacred geometry are where angles of light penetrate the body. So literally wearing something like this as a necklace with the Shungite and the gold, being that you are gold manifesting into this life to bring your purpose as a servant of life, is where the energy is materializing into. So you will find that as you're wearing it, gradually when you practice things like fasting and cleansing and anything artistic, it will bring out your highest potential. So whether it's this necklace or any kind of energy crystal which aligns with you, then it will bring you closer to that frequency. So this is how frequency and energy permeates you and connects you with your highest potential. And so these are limited, by the way. So if you're interested, then it's available on the website, which you will be able to either find below or click on a link on whichever platform you follow me on. Whether it's Instagram, you probably may have to go to the profile. If it's on YouTube, then just scroll down and you will find a link to the Orgonite Scalar Pendant, which is very, very powerful in grounding EMF radiation and dealing with substances which are negative, people, or just vibration. You know, the purple light will help to raise that inside of this in you, and the gold will amplify your frequency. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a beautiful evening, day. Peace.